In this video, I'd like to continue with the theme of videos that I've been doing lately, and that is addressing complaints people have with Jurassic World and just in general, sharing my thoughts on various complaints that people have. A lot of you seem to really enjoy Was My Indominus Rex too powerful video, so I decided to address another complaint that the Indominus Rex has been slated with recently. And that complaint is, was the Indominus Rex too much like a regular dinosaur? So let's go back a few months before the release of Jurassic World and explain what was going through a lot of people's head when they first heard that there would be a dinosaur hybrid in Jurassic World. The first thing that went through a lot of people's minds when they heard hybrid was a lot of exaggerated features. They were expecting to see more of a monster than an actual dinosaur. As we all know by now, the Indominus Rex does not have a lot of exaggerated features, and while it does look similar to what a regular dinosaur would be, I would say it looks slightly off and very, very scary looking. But like I said, this isn't what people were expecting when they heard hybrid dinosaur. They expected to see something more like the Ultimasaurus from the Chaos Effect line, a dinosaur that has become exceedingly popular after the release of Jurassic World and the hybrid concept that was introduced in the film. The design of the Ultimasaurus is very exaggerated. It has the horns of a Triceratops, the mouth of a T-Rex, and various other features that it inherits from the other dinosaurs that it's mixed with. It in its own right is very terrifying, but you can clearly see by looking at it that it's an amalgamation of various dinosaurs mixed together instead of just a regular dinosaur species. When you look at the Indominus Rex, at first glance it is very hard to pick apart what dinosaurs it is spliced with and other animals as well. Looking at the Stegoceratops, it is clear that it is a mixture between a Stegosaurus and a Triceratops. With the Indominus Rex, it's completely different. It's not a dinosaur that you can look at and say, oh, this is where the T-Rex comes and this is where the Velociraptor comes in depth. You can look at that, but it takes some time to break that down instead of just having the standout features of various dinosaurs that it's spliced with. My opinion on this complaint is that I really enjoyed the Indominus Rex, and part of the reason why I like it so much is because we can't just pick apart what it's made of right away. It adds a lot of mystery to the film, and another thing that I think plays a big part in that is that the Indominus Rex is mixed with a lot of dinosaurs and regular animals as well. So many that it appears that it's just a regular dinosaur that's been created. The thing about the Indominus Rex is you look at it, and if we didn't know it was a hybrid, we might be able to expect, those of us that don't have a lot of knowledge about dinosaurs, that it would have been a dinosaur that actually lived long ago. And like I said earlier, that's part of what, for me personally, makes the Indominus Rex so interesting. I think what this complaint boils down to is managing expectations. People expected one thing, and when they didn't get exactly that, they got a little bit upset. Which is a little bit understandable, because if you have something in your mind that you think would be cool for a film, and when the aspects of that are introduced by the filmmakers saying that we're going to have this brand new hybrid and it's going to be more dangerous than the others, it makes people's minds rush and makes them think, wow, this thing's going to be crazy looking. And when the actual animal appears on screen and it's not as exaggerated as people expected it to be, that upset them a little bit. While the animal itself and the design is not bad at all, it just doesn't meet what people expected, and that is what I think and the reason why it made them upset in the first place. It's not what they expected, but it's not bad. It's not at all what I expected it to be, and if I'm going to be completely honest, it is better than I ever expected it to be. I expected something quite different, and in my mind, I even expected something a little bit crazy as well. Back in the Diabolus Rex days, I expected it to be more exaggerated. I expected it to have venom because we heard that it was mixed with snake DNA, and I expected it to be able to jump very long distances, which it still might be able to. The Indominus Rex still might be able to, but when we heard it was mixed with frog DNA, I just expected so many different things, and in my own mind, I was taking various parts of animals and all putting them into one instead of mixing them all together and forming an animal, which is what we ended up getting, which I think is the superior option, but that's just my humble opinion. Another thing I really enjoyed about the film is it didn't really go in depth to how it was a monster as far as the way it looked. They definitely addressed that it was terrifying the way it looked, but it didn't look like a monster. It looked like an animal, which I touched on earlier and I said that I really respect. but more in its mannerisms, the way it acted, how aggressive it was. That's where the real monster of the Indominus Rex came out, and that's, again, what I think is superior. So anyway, guys, if you have any other complaints about Jurassic World, about the dinosaurs, the characters, anything, the plot that you'd like me to address in a video, feel free to leave it down below. I would be glad to make a video on it if I have the time, and I will have more videos coming out about Jurassic World, Star Wars, and Kaiju, so stay tuned for all of that. Thank you as always so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day.